currently have 3 people watching me doing my speech, and that includes the person that is recording this right now. And this is my speech. Have you ever wore jeans in the middle of the summer? It gets pretty hot, and I definitely regret it. My name is Thales, and today I'm going to be presenting you guys hot weather injuries. In order to be talking about hot weather injuries today with you guys, I had to have a lot of experience. In the past 3 years, I have been in the military, and I have been exposed to a lot of different environments and temperatures. I have been experienced to 120 weather degree with no shade and very harsh sun, and I also have been exposed to snowy weather with negative temperatures. So I do have some experience to talk about this. I also received some other special types of training in the Army. Okay? The first one being DECAM. DECAM stands for Delayed Evacuation Casualty Management. The other one is TC3, okay, it's Tactical Combat Casualty Care. I also did a field sanitation class, which includes those heat weather injuries, and I had a specific heat weather injury class. So I might know a little bit about that, right? It's getting pretty warm over here, so watch out so you don't get a heat cramp. Why should you learn that? Okay, why should you want to learn what is heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke, which are the learning objectives of this course? The reason is so you are able to help those in need. Not everyone knows how to deal with hot weather or cold weather injuries, and by the end of this, at least you're going to be able to identify and kind of know what to do. Okay. The second reason is peace of mind. Okay. Whenever you go out with your friends or close ones, you want to have ease in mind. You don't want to have to worry about it, and that's extremely important for everyone, right? And the other one is to keep your family safe. So we want to keep family safe. We want to keep those around us pretty well. And if you know how to avoid those injuries, I'm sure you're going to take precautions, right? So again, watch out not to get heat cramps, because that's what we're going to be talking about right now, right? Heat cramps generally happen for lack of hydration, fatigue. They can happen for multiple reasons, right? So with heat cramps, you will feel cramps in your lower extremities, so legs. You will also feel cramps in your abdomen and your arms, extremities, right? And you gotta really watch out with those, because depending how severe it gets, you might not be able to do movements, and it might restrain your ability to walk, and you could be in a lot of pain. Whenever I'm talking about cramps, it's extremely hard cramps, okay? Prevention should be eat properly, stay hydrated, and honestly, stay in the shade. If it's hot outside, you're not going to be out in the sun for no reason, right? So try to avoid the sun. What may influence is fatigue, dehydration, poor nutrition, and psychology, right? So if you have something going on in your life, that might influence in you being a hot weather casualty, okay? I'm getting pretty tired right now, and I don't want to be a heat exhaustion patient. So heat exhaustion, right? Heat exhaustion, it's a development of heat cramps, pretty much. It generally happens with high activities, and that's why we have this graph right here. And it develops with a loss of fluid and loss of salts because of generally physical activities. Weather conditions can definitely influence, and that's why we have a chart over here. And it pretty much just shows the humidity and temperature, and at what temperatures it's safe to work out and what temperatures you shouldn't work out, right? With heat exhaustion, you will feel different symptoms. They're a little harsher, and the symptoms can be weakness, sweating, nausea because you're gonna feel weak, okay? And moist skin and rapid pulse. So those are just the main symptoms. You can have other symptoms too, and if you definitely want to know more, do a little Google research, okay? Treatment, mainly hydration, okay? if the person is awake, keep them some Gatorade, and if you're that hot, take your clothes off, okay? Because taking your clothes off, the patient's clothes off, will lower their body temperature. Another method you can use is ice sheets around their necks and their inguinal areas, because you have arteries there, and if you have ice sheets, so sheets they're soaked in ice and water, will lower their body temperature, helping with the symptoms and generally getting them better. Okay, that's what they generally do at hospitals. Watch out, okay? If it's really hot, you can become a heat stroke casualty. Okay, heat strokes can be very similar to heat exhaustion. The symptoms are pretty much the same, with the exception that with heat stroke, you're going to stop sweating. Okay, and once you stop sweating, you can no longer control your body temperature, and that's the main issue. Okay, heat stroke is a medical emergency, and the rate of that can be pretty high, and that's why it's a medical emergency. So if you identify someone being heat stroke casualties, what you should do is call 911, okay, and do the same treatments as you did to heat exhaustion. It will delay whatever might happen to that person, okay. Another thing you should know is it can lead to organ damage, okay. So temperatures above 105 degrees can cause to brain damage. So and that brain damage is reversible. So kind of know that, keep that in mind, and work out in a safe condition, or just be in a safe condition in general. Okay. Treatment, like I said, is the same treatment, but keep in mind, medical emergency. I can't stress that enough. Okay. For conclusion, I believe you are able to identify the three heat casualties we have, which is heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke. Prevention is the best course. You better prevent something instead of just risking it, and prevention is the best treatment. Again, none of you guys are medical professionals, so if you feel like you can't handle the situation, please call 911 or go to the closer medical personnel you have available in your area. Thank you very much.